Welcome back, gamers. This is our 7th in the series. We finally landed on the Bald Wraith, and I know all of you are ready for it. In this video, we're going to take you from this Bald Wraith skin to this Bald Wraith skin, and then we're going to finally finish you up being this Wraith Bald skin. Like the description says, we used 1,000 portals to make sure we could master Wraith, and you know what? We did it. As always, you came here for entertainment and knowledge, so we're going to go through the class description, we're going to go through the perks, and we're going to tell you how to play this demon at the highest level possible. So if that's what you came here for, that's what we're about to deliver. So with that being said, let's take you in, make you understand Wraith. So if you're a complete noob, here are abilities. The passive is Voices from the Void. This basically means if someone's looking in your direction at you, you're going to get an indicator letting you know that you got someone creeping up on you. Her Tactical Into the Void allows you to take your portal to get yourself to a safe spot. This can be helped when you've got a lot of noobs on your team. And the last is the Dimensional Rift. This is a portal your teammates and you can take through it to get to a safe location. 99% of the time I've used this because my teammates are lacking behind because they're playing World of Warcraft looting all day long. I think people get really confused and think Wraith is the most challenging legend to play and only the bald-headed race can play her. But the reality is, her kit's pretty basic, but it does take some game sense to use it. Oh yeah, let me tell you about the perks real quick because that's a big deal too. You want the perks, don't you? You need the perks. Her first level 2 perk, you're most likely going to take the ultimate cooldown. The 6th sense thing goes well with your indicator, but you don't need to be listening and looking, so we're taking the ultimate cooldown reduction all the time, and I mean all the time. For the level 2 perk, this one can be situational. We're going to give you an example of both. I think the tactical cooldown reduction is pretty good, but I do like the 20% less wind up. So let's show you what they look like in real life. So as you can see this example, I take off a lot quicker on the right with the cooldown. It's good enough, better than the other. That's what you'll take. And if you don't take it, you're just silly. Now we're going to spend some time showing some great examples of how to utilize Wraith at a high level, but we also want to share some concerns on how you play and what her playstyle should feel like. 90% of the time I solo queue, so you got to watch this legend because sometimes her kit does not benefit your teammates not listening. And I'm talking to you, no mic user. I'm talking to you. Still in this clip, I portaled down for my teammates. They refused to take it. They both died, and now look, they're spam pinging me on the screen. You think that's cool, kid? It's really not a cool thing to do. Shame on you. Shame on you. In this clip here, I use my Q to get out. I'm in a 1v3 situation here. I drop one from one team, 3 others come in the building. So what I do is I back up, play it smart, and get back in here and finish the job. Utilizing your Q needs to be safe when you think you will die. Do not just use it to close the distance. People waste this. The cooldown is a little too high, so you have to make sure you're using this thing strategically every time you take a fight. Just FYI, this thing goes on zip lines, so it's also safe to use it when trying to take a tower if you think you're going to get shot out at. So there's a lot of good plays for this, but just don't waste it. It needs to be used strategically every time you take a fight. Otherwise, you're just going to be a dead Wraith. Does dead Wraith do fun things? They sure don't. They sure don't. This is the time in the video where I thank you so much for watching this. We've got a ton of great guides. I'm allowing you to pick the next legend review we do in the comments below. Share this with every Wraith fan. It means a lot. I'm trying to pay the bills here. Are you trying to stop me from paying the bills? I don't think so. So hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let us know which legend you want to see next because we want to deliver that right to you. And remember, this game's all about learning every single legend at the highest level to help you compete and get out of bronze. Do you want to be in bronze anymore? You sure don't. We're trying to teach you that, okay? We're trying to teach you, and we're trying to do it while being friendly. Another great strategy is to utilize your portal to get to a third-party fight and take that fight. Unfortunately here, my teammate puts us in a pretty bad position taking on 2 teams outside the building. Here you can tell I'm not going to be able to contest this with 3 kids swinging me. We drop one of them. I'm going to use my Q to get out of here and go right back to where my portal was. The best part about it is my teammate also takes this portal, which allows us to revive and get a second shot to win the game. Another great strategy as well is to drop your portal when you can get to a care package. Usually if there is a portal sitting in front of a care package that's slow to drop, most likely people will tend to not take it. This example, I took a Kraber earlier. I took a second Kraber. I'm 1v3 here, but guess what? These guys want to take the zip line on me, but at this point, I'm a Wraith with the bald skin, and I'm running double Kraber. You think these guys are going to just keep coming up this zip line? They sure aren't. You know why? Because I'm a Wraith, and I have double Krabers. Okay? Just trying to teach you, the good things. This is a great clip because we're giving you the double wombo combo. 2 clips in one. My teammates both go down. You could tell I'm frying this lobby. So I'm going to portal my rift all the way to this spot. Why do I do it right in front of the door? Well, good news is if someone decides to take it like a goofy goober, I have some backup for my teammates. And number two, the second tip here is if you are the goofy goober, don't take a portal that you didn't see someone make, because if you do, this is what happens to you. What's up, buddy? Come in the door. Up, now you're down. Okay? That's why you don't do stuff like that. Another great tip for Wraith is that sometimes you may be fighting on the zone, and if one of your teammates goes down, you don't want to risk losing both of them. Sometimes you may just need to create a portal, get them somewhere safe, A, avoid the third party, and B, make sure that you have a safe home for them where you can revive them and bring them back to life. When this portal closes, I pick up my teammate, I go back in, get my teammate's banner. We're able to revamp this. Say something about the bruiser on the peacekeeper, and I will ban you from this channel forever. Also, another great strategy for using Wraith Portal, like I said earlier, is sometimes just getting in a better position. This team looks like they want to try to hold us out from the zone. My teammates are not common too much, so guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop my portal, find a way to get us in a safe spot. I start taking damage right here, getting shot at, so I use my Q. Now look how safe we're about to be. Yep, that's another great strategy. But unfortunately, I got to ping these guys because they're a bunch of bozo potatoes. Wraith's kit is not that complex and hard to learn, and I think she has a whole lot of solo individual playstyle, able to get in, get out, put your team in a safe spot, but you have to really make sure you know the right times to use these skills. You cannot waste them. They're on a very hefty cooldown. You got to use them to make the best play possible. I will say the hardest part of learning Wraith is I really had to focus on not wasting her abilities because of the cooldown, and also I wanted to put them in a position where I could either get kills or put myself in my team in a position to win. Too often early on I was using this to either close the gap on teams, or I was using it to get somewhere quicker. Ended up being a waste. I soon learned just by putting myself in the portal in a different position, I started winning more fights and started putting myself in a better position to win. So overall, we think Wraith is a very good legend that you can play. A lot of plus minuses though in solo or in ranked, just because utilizing her kit really means that your teammates have to be listening, they have to be following you, they have to be understanding how her kit works as well. I will say probably in the higher lobbies, I will probably have a whole lot more success playing this legend. You have a whole lot more people that want to win. But in solo queue, it's really hard to use her kit when your team just is not on the same level as you, and they can put you in a bad position. There are a whole lot better legends that put out more damage, have more mobility, that you can play to win more games. Again, real fun legend. Probably challenging to win at a high level. You don't see her played a lot in ALGS just because you do have a whole lot better kits for other legends. With that being said, still a super fun, entertaining legend to play. I recommend you to learn her if you have not yet. Her kit may be super special to you. And plus, anytime you pick up this legend, people just think you're automatically the best. Okay? Don't you want to be the best? You sure do. And as always, we'll see you back here next Sunday for another legend review of your choice.